Yeah, hey, this is it. No, no, we are here live streaming for the 1-year monetization anniversary special live stream. So, pull the chair in a little. Okay, that's better. Now, this, as we all know, today marks 1 year since I became a fully monetized YouTube content creator. And do I take this thing for granted? I certainly do not. I completely do not take this for granted one little bit. Because it was the 6th of January of 2024 that I became fully monetized. And all that, you know. So, yes. I mean, no, really, to each and every one of you, I cannot thank all of you enough for helping me reach my reach the full being a fully monetized content creator. But 3 months earlier, on the 5th of October 2023, nearly 2 years ago now, I became what you call, I was on the first edition of monetization, because there's one first edition monetization, which is monetization light, and the second edition of being monetized is when you're fully monetized. To be monetized, partially monetized, where you make money from the super chats and membership and channel memberships and things, but no ad revenue, that would be monetization light. You would need 3,000 watch time hours and 500 or more subscribers. But to be a fully monetized content creator, you need over 1,000 subscribers and over 4,000 watch time hours. And that's what's needed to become a fully monetized creator. And I'm really always hoping that all YouTubers get monetized, no matter what they do. But, there are just some YouTubers who underperform. And I find that quite sad, especially if they're underperforming YouTubers who put huge amounts of time-consuming efforts with the content they provide and things. They deserve, they deserve a niche with monetization above and beyond anything and all that. So really, once again, I thank you already from the deepest soul depth of my heart. I thank you all for helping me reach this point of being fully monetized for now 1 whole year. It's a big thing for me. It's a special thing for me. Thought I'd give out this intro. And we're going to have some chats. We're going to have chats with lots of people, some naughty boy, naughty girl banter. But the only naughty boy, naughty girl banter we cannot do are things like joking about one's weight and all that, because that weight bantering, which actually came across as fat shaming, that has gotten me into heaps of trouble. And I do not want this to happen for this live stream. Certainly not for this one, because that would ruin it. But naughty boy, naughty girl banter, yes, we will do, but just not when it comes to joking about one's weight and all that and things. Right, who's here? Good evening, Rexy. Hello to you. Good evening to you, as always. Ta-da! Hello to you, Maureen. Hello. Yes, good evening to you, as usual. Hello. We've got about 10 in here in about 5 minutes. This is pretty good. I think this will be a good one. And just to let you know, I was not very well recently. I'm better now, but I was going to do about 2.5 hours for this live stream, but I think 1 hour 30 odd. I think 1 hour and 35 minutes is going to be long enough. I think, because normally with with live stream specials, I like to do about 2 hours or 2.5 hours or long. Sometimes there's been the exception of about 3 hours with some live streams, but the only thing is I don't want to get moaned at by my mods. I mean, they'd moan at me for the right reason, but you know, I'm quite well, thank you. I'm quite well, Rexy, but I think you were namely asking Maureen if she was all right. 4 subscribers away from 1K. Well done, Rexy. Very, very well done indeed. Blacksmith, hello to you. Hello, hello, hello to you, good man, Blacksmith. Certainly to what do I owe you this pleasure? Well, it's always a pleasure to have you in here. And thank you, Blacksmith, for your friendliness towards Rexy and Maureen. Susan, oh, my unfailingly lovely, lovely lady. My unfailingly lovely, courteous lady, Susan, hello. I'm better now. I am better now, yes. The only thing I need to do is regain the lost 2 pounds of weight, but otherwise I'm fine. Yes, Susan, surprise you or astonish you as it might, this today marks 1 year since I became a fully monetized content creator. 1 whole year. But I wouldn't say hello without giving you a nice long bear hug, Susan. A nice long protective bear hug, that is. Because after all, we need to protect our little ones, our small and little ones, or in your case, as you would so describe, petite. So we always need to look after our small and petite ones and make them feel safe, loved, and protected. Don't we? That's what we always need to do with our smaller friends. Not saying this as anything discriminatory, but just saying this, you know, our small friends, you know, who are certainly considerably shorter than us for height and things, we need to make sure they're loved and protected by us, don't we? Don't they? Oh, but always a nice long hug and cuddle to you, Susan. Oh. Thank you, Rexy. Thank you for your friendliness towards Blacksmith. Thank you. And thank you, Susan, for your friendliness towards Maureen. Thank you for your friendliness towards Susan, Maureen. Thank you. No, I know that, Susan, because if you didn't know, you're the same height as one of my grandmothers. She's 5'2" as well. Little lady. A little lady. She's little but determined. She's got quite a strong set of determinations. My grandmother, the short one, that is. I do know that. But thank you for wishing me congratulations. But with our small and petite ones, Susan, like I said earlier on, we need to protect them at all cost. Whether it's through hugs and cuddles, or, you know, you're just genuinely being a good friend to them, you know, and all that. You know, we'd always protect you, especially since you said you're petite. And we must always protect our small and petite friends, don't we, Susan? And I'm sure you know some people smaller than yourself who you always look out and protect and all that. Ouch, itchy eye. Hello to you, Hailey. Yes, I'm certainly doing better, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for wishing me well. Yeah, howdy, sir. Howdy, and hugs to you always. I'm doing better. Yes, I'm certainly doing better now. The only thing I need to do is regain the 2 pound weight loss. But other than that, I'm fine now. And also next week I've got to look after Benjamin and got to look after the rabbits. I've got some rabbits to look after next week, so for the next good few days. So there we are. Got the next 2 days off college. Well done, you, Rexy. Hope it goes well. Hope it goes well. Yeah. Thank you, Zeph. Thank you kindly. Marcia, hello. Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Toms. Master Wookie, Lady, and oh, poor Sky. Poor little girl Sky. Oh, hoping Sky gets better soon, but do let me know. Please, do let me know how Sky's health is. Do let me know her health update. Marcia, please do let me know. That's not for another week yet, Jexy. That's not for another week. That's not until the 18th, so that's not this upcoming Saturday. You're talking the next upcoming Saturday. Timetable decides to be nice for once. It's always the best way. It's always good, yes. Well, not just that, Maureen. There are now far too many illnesses in winter now. Too many, to the point where it's not sustainable. Far too many illnesses out there now. Way too many. Not brilliant. How could one contemplate it? Tricky. Yes, Rexy. But to be honest with you, a winter now with now more illnesses than we've ever had in a lifetime, and far too many, if anything, demoralizing as it might sound, that's unfortunately the future. And it's either we get on and live life in whatever way we can, or just or get left behind. You know, I don't want to sound like a demoralizing man saying this, but that's the point we've got to in this day and age, which is very, very, if anything, it's cruelly saddening, but this is the point we've got to in life. I certainly did, Susan, and I was late to comment on it, Susan, but I did watch it. I mean, I did watch it when it was newly released, but I was late to comment. But Fiona's Meghole parody was nothing but, you know. That's what happens when the third world is imported in. Unfortunately correct. Unfortunately correct. Oh, Susan. Fiona's Meghole parody, when in with the real life Meghole, it's fuck you, Meghole, but that Meghole parody, nothing but extremely funny. Nothing but extremely funny. And Fiona is a very, very good comedian, isn't she? I'm yet to see that one. That's going to obviously be a funny one, but I need to watch it. So the one I've not seen yet is Trevor's one, but it's. No, I look forward to hearing Sky's latest update, Master Melvin. Please do let me know, both of you, if you can. Thank you. Hi, Leah. Not without a hug, Leah. Oh. A newfound follower and a loving newfound friend, lovely Leah. Hello to you. Hello. Oh, nice long hug to you, in the way I'd give little Susan a nice long protective hug. Well, the nice long protective hug I would always give Susan is the one where I put my hand on the top of one hand on the top of her head, and the other arm wrapped around the shoulder part, and holding her tightly. You know, just so that she feels loved and protected, like they do in the movies when a friend or family hugs a relative who's shorter and smaller in height. If it makes sense, that is. And I've seen that in the movies. And that's a nice way to make one's friends and family feel loved and protected, isn't it? I think probably Susan gets a lot of that from her taller friends, I'd imagine. Sorry if it was a little too much. Fiona says it like it is. Colourful language. Yes. Good one, Maureen. Only as truth as things. Hi, Gertrude. Hello. And thank you, Gertrude, for your friendliness towards Zeph. Maureen. Hi, Lee. Thank you for your friendliness towards Gertrude. Yes, cuddles to you always, Leah. Always cuddles to Gertrude and her two cats. She's got two cats, but one of them was very unwell. I mean, Gertrude's cat was unwell, but did get better. But you know, what could you expect with your pets? One's pets bring unconditional love, and also Marcia and Melvin. Their dog Sky was unwell recently, so and obviously Marcia was particularly upset by it. Melvin would obviously be affected too. So So prayers to Marcia and Melvin's little girl Sky. And obviously Master Wookie and Lady Lily are obviously wondering how Sky is going to be, and hoping that Sky gets better. No, I think you said that about a couple of months or so, a month or two ago, Gertrude, yes. But he's back to his usual self. Oh, Susan, thank you for your friendliness towards Gertrude. Martin, hello, Martin Lawrence. Happy New Year from Los Angeles. Just to let all of you know, this live stream showcases the first live stream for 2025. But the first live stream for 2025 was originally going to be on the 3rd of January of 2025. But I had to reschedule because initially I was going to go to County Kent for a weekend away to see family. But the unfortunate thing was I got struck down with a short illness. Thankfully, a short illness I got struck down with, and nothing too long and nothing too serious. But normally, now to share something normally, if I had a short illness like the one I had years ago, I could have gone to Kent, just rested once getting to Kent, and sleep it off, be fine the next day. But this time, it was not the case. It knocked me over. No, this short illness I had, it knocked me over, whereas years before, it would not have knocked me over like how it did to me recently. And it took me 2 days to get fully better. I mean, I'm fine now, but it took till Sunday before I felt strong enough to do more things, and go out again and things and all that. So now even a short illness can knock over a 23-year-old man. I mean, if that happened to me before, I would have been fine, but now it could just knock me over or anybody over at a certain age. Oh, Rexy, good question. Good question here. Why I rebranded the channel, Rex, it's for content creation reasons. Why that is, it's because it's going on nearly 5 years since I took up the event attending affinity, which David Scott introduced me to. But please do be assured, Rexy, I'm still a rail enthusiast. I'm still a rail and bus enthusiast, and I always will be, as is evidenced with the content I create. And of course, and I'm an enthusiast, for museum visiting different places I've never been to, and certain bus and rail trip excursions and things domestically done. And also the cat content and things, always going to have the cat content. But also with the event attending, like, for example, Tinkers Park, Lawton, or Detling, for example, Detling Festival of Transport, County Kent, the Hastings events, several names, events to list out and things, and the Worthing Bus Rally, which we both did. And of course, Jonathan and David went as well, and Amberley Museum events and things. It made sense for me to rebrand the channel, Rexy, because of the event attending affinity I took up in the last nearly 5 years, which David got me into. And I'm very happy he did get me into doing it, because he got me into this event attending affinity at what was a critically low point in my life. So it made sense to rebrand the channel under those circumstances, if it answers your very questioning. Hi, Debbie. Hello. Thank you. Thank you for wishing me well. 1 year monetization. And to be monetized, it's something one must never, never, never take for granted. If you are a monetized YouTuber, any of you who do become newly monetized YouTubers, never take your monetization for granted. Appreciate every day and every moment you have of it. And I'm only speaking from my experiences, that is, and my forthright belief in the experiences of being monetized. This is only as truth has things there, yes, it's only as truth has things. They break up our hearts, and this is what happened to poor Trevor when his Zeus died. When his Zeus died, it broke him for months, as he said. This is what happens to us all. It breaks us greatly when we lose our pets. Snowing in New York City. Thank goodness it's not snowing in Brighton, but it did snow in other parts of the length and breadth of the United Kingdom. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Gertrude. I'm fine now. But it was a short illness. It knocked me out for 2 days. I was just about getting better on Saturday, but still feeling quite weak. And I lost 2 pounds of weight. Whereas before I wouldn't have lost any weight and would have gotten better just next day if I rested. But what the hell? It knocked me over. Shit. There's just too many illnesses out there now, Gertrude. Far too many in the winter. And even now, illnesses happen all year round, every 365, 366 days of the year. That's without questionable doubt. But now we have just far too many all year round, to the point where it could be unsustainable in the future. What the hell? Only as truth has things. Only as truth has things, Gertrude, and you make a good point there. Truthful point. I remember you saying before. Leah, I remember you saying before. I remember you saying before. Yes, and I think you're still in Paris, aren't you? Yes, and one must watch giving protective hugs. Yes, some of us are armed. Well, armed with strength. That did you mean armed with strength? Did you mean armed with strength, Debbie? Yes, no, you have to be careful with petite ones, because if you're giving protective hugs to petite ones, you have to be careful not to hurt them. That is the thing. You liked bird watching as a child. How lovely. I totally agree with you. Thank you, Rexy. Pleasure. It's a pleasure always. Yes, no, I will. Next time next time I talk to David. Next time I talk to David, I will certainly I'll give him and all of you your love. After a dose of Gertie, hi, Outer Limits, hello. I need to watch the Gertie Rude spoof, the comically funny Gertie Rude parody. It's cold out there. You lived in Iowa for 1 year. It was brutal every day. Oh, bloody hell, that's far too... I couldn't bear -30. I really couldn't bear -30. Thank you, Leah. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I know that, Heidi. I know that only too well. Oh, thank you, Dexy. Thank you for being so lovely to Gertrude. Gertrude's a wonderful newfound friend of mine. And encountering Gertrude as a newfound friend was a highlight for 2024. Gertrude was one of the new friends' highlights, and many of you in here are some of the highlights from 2024 encountering you. Thank you, Diane. Thank you. It did snow a bit in London, your sister told you. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Sandra, hello. I'm better now. After a good resting up and things. But I'm well. I'm certainly well now. Better now, but I did have a 2-pound weight loss, unfortunately. But once I've regained the 2 pounds, it'll be fantastic. But I'm back to strength to do general things, but the full strength is once I've regained the last 2 pounds. If anything, they're shattered, our immune systems. Our immune systems are shattered. They're completely shattered now. That's what I'd say. Shattered. And all that shit. Yeah. Oh, Gertrude. Oh, lovely Gertrude. Thank you for your kind acknowledgement towards Sandra. Thank you. Oh, yes, I remember you saying, oh, Leah, poor you. Poor you. Getting good grades for your subjects. Well done, Rexy. Well done for you. Well done. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Sophisticated sods. Hello to sophisticated sods. Who's this? Who's this? Hello, sophisticated sods. It was a fantastic Christmas, thank you, sophisticated sods. It was a fantastic Christmas, thank you. It was much better than last year. Last year was very tough. It was a very tough Christmas last year because Mother was ill, but Mother was fine this time. I had a good Christmas. I got tipsy, but luckily I was this close to getting drunk for Christmas. But fortunately, I did not get drunk and was fine. Sophisticated sods. It would make a good comically funny comedy duo, wouldn't it, Blacksmith? Sophisticated sods. Sophisticated sods. Your sister went to McGill University in Montreal. Was always freezing when you... Oh, I could imagine. Oh, well, if Harriet was to see this now, Gertrude... We haven't had any snow in Brighton as of yet, Sandra, so not yet for me, no. But fantastic question. Fantastic question. But apparently, Sandra, can remind me if I'm wrong, if I dare might share. But isn't there a law in the United, independence of what US state one might be located in? Isn't there a law where one has to shovel up snow on their driveway, and if they don't, they get faced with hefty fines, independent of what state you live in? Please confirm. Let me know whether this is true or not. Yes, sir, I had a good few presents, Susan. But Susan, regarding Christmas and birthday presents, I've got to an age now where, at almost 24, I mean, going to be 25 next year. I've got to an age now where I'm really far less bothered about what I received, whether it's Christmas or birthday, you know, but I've got to an age, Susan, where I'm really not bothered as to how many presents I receive or what I receive, be it Christmas or birthdays. I've got to an age now where I'm just far less bothered about what I receive. But at the same time, I completely, with utmost important forthright appreciation, greatly appreciate whatever I receive, be it birthday presents or Christmas presents, Susan. If it makes sense, sharing my point to you on that. Oh, okay. It was just I remember an old friend of mine, because she lives in the US, in her home state. In her home US state, you have to shovel up snow on your driveway, and if not, you get slapped with fines. It was just I had a friend who I used to converse with, but I haven't conversed with her in a while. But I need to talk to her again. Karen was her name. Karen. She followed a YouTuber who I follow fairly infrequently. Harry Volker is the man's name, and I followed him shortly after my grandfather died. Harry Volker. But it wasn't for months that I opened up to Harry about the loss of Edmund, and actually I was crying when I opened up about it to him. I don't cry so much. I really don't cry now, opening up in full about the loss of my grandfather, but in the past, until about 2022, 2023, I used to, if I shared too much about it, I used to just break down in tears. Not now, and also it was sometime after I got into the event attending, and it took about a year for the real effect to come through with the event attending, to completely feel the effect of overcoming the loss of my wonderful late grandfather Edmund, and overcoming a crippled sadness from other troubles I was facing, So, yeah. I did, Leah. Yes, I certainly did. I certainly did, my lovely. Indeed, I did. Whenever snow ices across your property and the steps down to the door, you've always cleared, salted the stuff away. So many, I know. In the end, your parents gave you money or gift cards because they always got you the wrong item, wrong size, wrong item. Do you mean wrong size clothes, Susan? Did you mean wrong size clothes? Sorry if it's too much, and I'm really not saying this as a shaming question. I was just asking this out of curiosity. Oh, have you got to go? Ta-ta for now, Dixie. Ta-ta for that. Oh, Sea Gypsy, hello. Sea Gypsy, my utmost forthright apologies for missing you. Hello to Sea Gypsy. And Sea Gypsy is another highlight of newfound friends I encountered during the 2024 calendar year. Not without many great big hugs and cuddles always, Sea Gypsy. And I hope you're enjoying your time in Australia. Hoping you're enjoying your holiday in Australia. You know, but no, but there's a bit I worry about you, Sea Gypsy in Australia. The only thing I worry about you are your family circumstances. And given what you'd openly shared with me about your family circumstances, it just makes me worry about you. Oh, how about a hug and a cuddle? No, such a lovingly friendly newfound friend, Sea Gypsy is. And definitely was it a highlight encountering her. Homeowners, only if you live in a homeowners association. Yes, so many rules now. Yeah, yes. You take care, Rexy. Wonderful seeing you. You read that tears releases toxins. It's healthy to cry. True right there, Susan. Your daughter just sent you a video of her cat, dog, partner, and daughter asleep with the caption, pretty much all that goes on in your house. That's probably a funny sight. It's been 6 years since you found your amazing sister you loved so much dead beside the bed. Still feel like tearing your skin off with... Oh, no. Oh, poor you, Maureen. So sorry about your sister. Oh, okay, I just thought it was mandated. That's all. I just really thought it was mandated. See, Gypsy would openly tell you the family circumstances she'd been dealing with. She openly spoke about it to me. And can I tell you something, Leah? I was personally reasonably affected by the difficult family circumstances Sea Gypsy shared with me, and I was like, oh, poor Sea Gypsy. Nobody deserves to be put through the pains like this. Nobody deserves to be put through the pains like this. Harriet, hello. Oh, it was almost a peekaboo with you. No, I haven't missed my mods, Harriet. No. Jodie has been told, and I've scheduled this live stream for well over a week. It's been well over a week since I scheduled this live stream. And it's important to schedule in advance so that your mods know when you're next going live, Harriet, if the point makes sense. Oh, wrong style of clothes. Oh, so it was not wrong size, but wrong style. I would have thought you were so petite that almost all clothes are too big for you. I mean, I don't know if your parents were petite or not, Susan, but when you said wrong size a moment ago, I thought you meant because your parents were bigger than yourself, even as an adult. I mean, even in your adult years, I would have thought they were bigger. But your mother was always trying to give you too proper or formal clothes. Really? Oh, little did I realize your mother was very formal. You have your own style. I mean, I have my own style, but mother's style, my mother's style, dress style, that is completely different to mine. One would think, oh gosh, I imagine young Foxy's parents have a very a fairly casual, sometimes very smart, formally dress style like him. Well, how wrong could one be when you see what my mother dresses like, or my father, or my dad? How wrong could one be about my mum and dad's dress style? No. If anything, my parents wear jeans, if anything, and I don't. And I don't wear jeans at all. If anything, I'll show you what trousers I'm wearing, but it's certainly not jeans. Oh, thank Laddie, you're enjoying your holiday, Sea Gypsy. Oh, thank Laddie, the baddie, the hound and the hare, you're having a wonderful holiday. Oh. You know, if you were in danger, I would be worried sick for you. No, I love you dearly, Sea Gypsy, I really do. And I love you as if I've known you a very long time. From the moment I first heard from you, I knew there was not only an instant starting point of friendship, but I knew almost certainly there was going to be love in the friendship at some stage, unconditional love and protection in the friendship, in one way or another. Thank you, dear. Thank you. No, I'm sorry for poor Maureen as well. While we feel for you. Oh, Harriet, come on. Harriet, come on. Come on now. No, I understand you're trying to look out for me. Please. Harriet, with all you and Jodie do, I enormously appreciate you beyond words, more than you may know. But please let Maureen open up about the loss of her sister. I mean, I've never been in trouble by you for opening up about the loss of my wonderful late grandfather Edmund. But please, let others open up about the loss of their friends or family who were very, very close to them and how it's affected them. That's how we support others. Just so that you know, Harriet. Although I'm probably going to get a voice message from her saying, Foxy, you're not the therapist. You're not this, you're not that. What are they doing? Come on now, Harriet. Please let others express themselves. Come on now. Come on now. And I think Melvin's the same. I remembered you telling me before. I remember you telling me it's yourself and Melvin always in the jeans and all that. I remember you telling me. Yeah. Oh, hi, Lottie. Hello. Hello, Lottie. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you, Sea Gypsy. I knew from the moment we encountered one another, it was not only an instant friendship, but there was going to be obviously unconditional love and protection in the friendship. And Zeph's got, I mean, some of the unconditional love Zeph has expressed to me since we became acquainted with the friendship. She's like, please keep safe, won't you, Foxy? I love you like a mama bear. And that's personally very touching. To have friends older than yourself who are fiercely protectively loving towards you, or love you fiercely protectively in an unconditional way, Sea Gypsy. That's actually personally very touching to have friends like that. I am so. Oh, thank you, dear. Thank you. Thank you. Always lovely to see. I couldn't agree with you more, Gertrude. Couldn't agree with you more. Oh, thank you, Sea Gypsy. Thank you. Thank you. Your mother was 5'4", your dad was 5'10", your sister's the same height as my mother, Susan, 5'6", because my mother's 5'6", and my grandmother Margaret, she was 5'4", 5'3" now, she's 85 now, so she's quite an old lady now. but my mother's father was 5 foot, was my height, 5'8". So your late father was taller than I, and my father, because my father, he's not a short man. No, he's not. He's nearly on. My father just missed the fairly tall height for a man at 5'9". Well, the average height for a man is 5'10", round about the same in the United States of America. And my mother's 5'6", my father's 5'9", and my brother, he's about the same height as my father, Rexy, that is. Well, if you see a picture of Rexy and I, you'd see he's a little bit taller. He's taller than I. And my father and I, if you see a picture of us, he's taller than I. Not by a lot, mind you, because 5'8" and 5'9", that's not a lot of height difference, as one could imagine. Now, but Susan, oh, Susan, but the good thing about you being the shorter one was that your parents, that makes you a little girl for your parents. So you were the little girl for your mother and father. Oh. But it must have felt lovely being the little girl for your parents, having not quite made it to their height, being the little girl for them both. That mean the good thing about your being shorter than your parents, Susan, is that they can still love and protect. They can love and protect you more. But probably it would have been a bit much for you, I would imagine, for them to just continually love and protect you too much, given the fact that you were shorter than them both. You can confidently say that. And, oh, thank you, Gertrude. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You'll catch me another time. Ta-ta for now, Outer Limits. Ta-ta for now. Oh, nothing to do with me. No, I know. No, because I think you've got things to do, have you? Ta-ta for now, Outer Limits. Oh. Oh, no worries. Hello, Herman. No worries about your late arrival. No worries. No, and I love you too, Harriet. Now, even you Harriet, some of the messages you've personally sent me outside of YouTube, be it written message and certainly a voice message, since you described yourself as not a very good typist, some of the voice messages you've sent me, they are visibly touching. And you even said in a voice message that you loved me in all the weirdest of ways. It was funny, but a very touching message too. I have a lovely community. Thank you, Marcia. Thank you. Even Loco, and I actually met his father, Darius. He actually said personally to me, I think he is what he said, that I represent a good community. I was like, it's bringing people together. That's all that is. It's just all about bringing people together, really, Marcia, in the same comparable way to how Graham, Fiona, Trevor, the Hutches, Duchess Blair, RHR Jen, or the Abels before the discontinuation of their live stream content. It's about bringing the world together in my book. And that is the philosophy I certainly believe comes at the forthright importance to follow. That's all, really, Marcia, just to say. Thank you, Sandra. I couldn't agree with you more. Everyone wants to look out for my best interest. Thank you, thank you. Now you live in black leggings and t-shirts. If you go out at night, you wear silk camisole or sparkly top like Fiona. Thank you. Thank you, Susan. And oh, interesting. Right, am I missing anybody? Oh, thank you. Thank you, Sea Gypsy. Thank you. Fiona has great style, lovely clothes. I couldn't agree with you more. Hi, Wanda. Hello. Oh, thank you. Aren't you? Oh, Wanda. Oh, my lovely, lovely Wanda. Don't you know just how lovely you well and truly are? You make a fine continuation of your grandparents, who, as you described, were very loving and kind people. So thank you. Thank you, Wanda. Thank you kindly. Wishing you well for 2025 additionally. But Susan, if I may ask, how did your parents react to you wearing black leggings and t-shirts? Did they not like that style? Because how did they react seeing you in that style, if I may ask? Your daughter and I spent the afternoon taking down and packing away. We've taken down all our Christmas decorations. House looks no, this is what happens when you take down Christmas decorations. And this is always what happens when you take down Christmas decorations in your home house, Maureen. It's always what happens at the end of Christmas and the New Year calendar proceedings. It's lovely seeing our Wanda, isn't it? Thank you, Wanda, for your friendliness to Gertrude. Thank you. Thank you. Her daughter lives with her, Susan. Her daughter lives with her. He did, yes, I saw it on his live. He said it to me. I will do it. I will definitely do it, Leah. Honestly, I did the New Year's live with Trevor. I hit it off with a ball. And some may have briefly seen Michelle Pope. Oh, Michelle Pope. Oh, I love Michelle Pope. Cannot begin to describe just what a lovely lady she is. And I've done about 4 live streams with Michelle Pope now. And that was a highlight for 2024. Doing a live stream with a friend who I love very, very dearly, who very visibly touched me for something she said to me nearly just over a year ago now. And to do a live stream with her, oh my goodness, what a highlight. You know, what she said was so touching to the point where it was quite emotional. As most know. I never was once considered that. And little did I ever think I'd be considered something like this. Until she did it, much to my surprise. You know. Yes, and I love you too, Harriet. So do the other two. Yes, I know who you're referring to. You're going to leave your decorations up till Easter. You're on your own. I know you're on your own. Poor you, Wanda. No, but I do hope you get a visit from your granddaughter one day in the future, for whenever she's around, she's ably free to do so. And of course, you've got children living abroad, but one can't go abroad due to health trouble. You know. So, sorry you were on your own. And Wanda, I could not do a Christmas Day live stream. I was advised against. And to be honest, I wasn't advised against, but it just wouldn't have been practical for me to have done so because I was too tipsy to do one. Might sound a rather stupid and no excuse to have not done one, but I'm going to try and do a Christmas live stream for Christmas Day 2025. But what I will need to do, Wanda, is not do too many live streams before the Christmas ones. I think because I'm on a limited amount of time to live stream on the StreamYard, I've only got a 20-hour live streaming limit with what I've got. After the 20, and it only renews every 24th of the month. So after the 24th of November of 2025, I'll only try and do about, I'm not going to do so many before doing more live streams, before doing the Christmas lives, that is, so that I've got enough recording time on the StreamYard to do the live stream, because the one before Christmas Eve, I had to resort to the YouTube live because StreamYard wouldn't let me do it because I'd gone over the limit. So, Wanda, just to say, before Christmas 2025, I would need to really watch my streaming limit or how many StreamYard lives I do before doing the Christmas lives, because StreamYard, it just makes it more enchanted to do Christmas live streams on. Just to let you know, if you understand my point. Still lives at home. No, I know, Maureen. I remember you saying. Got to finish up. You take care, Susan. Sleep, Sandra. Hugs and cuddles to you, my lovely. And I too still live at home with my family. I still live at home with my family. Yeah, I too still live at home with my family as well, Susan. You know, and that's always nice, isn't it? Thank you. You wore skirts or dresses when you saw your parents? A little more. Oh, yes, because you said they were formal. No, it's lovely. No, Sandra's lovely. Sandra's lovely. 12th night yesterday. Yes, I agree. Oh, thank you, Wanda. Thank you. Thank you for your friendliness towards Diane. Thank you. Thank you. Ellie, hello, lovely Ellie. Wishing nothing but good health and happiness to you, your family, and my subscribers and moderators. Thank you. I'm a hit. Oh, thank you, dear. Thank you. Bingo. They do, Leah. Yes, they certainly do. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Harriet. Thank you. Oh, and thank you, Harriet. Thank you for your friendliness towards Ellie. No, where is Jodie? Where is Jodie? I don't know. I mean, I did tell Jodie. I mean, because Jodie asked me to let her know once I was better from the recent short illness stint I had, which I did, and I said that I was going to be doing the live. I think she would have already known because I've scheduled this for well over a week. I don't know where she is. She might be walking her dog Rita. I don't know. Yes, I'm avoiding all this cold as much as I can. I'm avoiding it as much as I can. Thank you, Harriet. Thank you for your kindness towards Wanda. Wanda deals with poor health, so that would obviously mean something to her, all the nice things you said to her, Harriet. So thank you. Thank you. Yes, thank you, Ellie. Thank you for being so supportive to Wanda. In your family, all females wore dresses, no pants. If you were not married, you wore a pinafore over your dress. You have never wore slacks, dress pants, side saddle while horse riding. Oh, wow. You've not worn a dress since your wedding day. Impressive, Marcia. Impressive you. Harriet, we're doing... Oh, no, Harriet, if this is going to be 1 hour limit still... I mean, Harriet, that's just not funny if you're still putting me under a 1 hour curtailment. I don't find that amusing. I really don't. I know we're approaching 1 hour. Yes, I know that. We were initially going to do 2.5 hours, but we're going to do 1.5 hours. But please just let all of you know, thank you for taking part in the fun. I mean, your time is valuable. I cannot stress enough how valuable your time is when you come in to view my content. So thank you always. Thank you. I'm fine now, Eddie. I'm fine now. I'm fine now, but it wasn't a bad illness. It was just a short illness. But what it was, illness-wise, Ellie, was I had a cold chill and I needed to rest in bed for 1 hour. I was like, I need to lie down for 1 hour. I don't feel good. And even my own mother said to me that I really wasn't looking too good. It ended up being about 2.5 hours me laying down in the bed. And I was feeling really genuinely quite weak. and loss of appetite temporarily. Only just regained the appetite in full by Sunday. So this short illness, if I had a short illness stint like this years ago, Ellie, I would have been fine. I would have been able to go to County Kent because I was meant to be in County Kent, but I was just felt too weak to go. And actually that disappointed me greatly because I really wanted to go because I was due to see family. You know, so it's been a bit disappointing this weekend because I was meant to be in Kent, hence why I had to reschedule my 3rd of January inspirational live stream, which is now going to take place on the 10th now. And then we got a late nighter. But just to let all of you know, late night lives are only going to be limited 1 or 2 per month now, because I think it got to the point where I did just too many, and that did affect my sleep pattern to some extent. Not too badly, but it did make me more tired on certain days. So it's only going to be 1 or 2 live stream late night lives per month. But sometimes there will be 3 late night lives, but other than that, I can't keep doing too many because it can affect your sleep pattern and it can affect health. Time flies by with me. Oh, thank you, Leah. Thank you. You've got Jodie in the pub with me. Oh, gosh. Hello, Jodie. I hope you're having a nice drink with Harriet. Thank you, Harriet. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, having good health is all that well and truly matters, because there are some in here who have poor health, and also my mother hasn't been fortunate with health pretty much all her life either. So good health is all that matters. Certainly with me, if you've grown up with a mother who hasn't been fortunate with good health most her life, you know. Mum knows best. So on her good advice, you slowed things down. No, Mother didn't advise me to stop the late night lives. Mother didn't advise me to slow down with them, but it's a decision I've come to because of the effect it's had on me. Not negatively, but it did nearly affect sleep pattern when doing too many late night lives. Because the thing was, Ellie, what I did, I was probably doing about 10 late night lives per month, and that's just too many per month. So I need to limit it to about 2 or 3 late nighters, 1 or 2, or sometimes 3 late nighters. You know, pub gate. You need to have good quality sleep. Only too right, Marcia. Only far too right. Normally I wake up about 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning, Leah. And I go to bed. I normally sleep for about 6 to 8 hours per day, Ellie. 6 to 8, Leah, sorry. I normally sleep around about 6 or 8 hours per day. But years before that, I used to sleep longer. You would love a pub near you that you could walk to. Just wouldn't we all, Blacksmith? Just wouldn't we all? Fortunately, I've got a pub that's fairly nearby. I've got pubs nearby to me that don't take me too long to walk to, luckily, fortunately enough. But not everybody has that privilege, do they? Which is quite hard, you know. Thank you. Oh, it's Pamela. Hello. I wouldn't say hello to you without a great big nice long hug as usual. Hello. Oh. And the story I would tell, and that you know, how lovely. You're 82 and now I know you're at 82, going on for 83. You're the same age as Harrison Ford, if you didn't know, Wanda. He's 82, and he's going to be 83 the same month as you, but he's the 13th of July, just to let you know. Really? Wanda, wow! Wanda, I am gobsmacked. You went to see the fireworks on New Year's Eve, and you gave a speech, danced with a wee lad. Wanda, I honestly thought you didn't have the health to do that. I could have very, very, very honestly never could have thought, after hearing about your poor health, Wanda, I never could have thought you would have the strength to take the bull by the horns and do something like this. How impressive! How impressively done! And you were dancing. How impressively done! Well done, you. Honestly, Wanda, you are a fantastic inspiration to all. Yourself and Harrison Ford, being the same age as you are just a fantastic inspiration to all of us. That you got up, did a speech, danced with a wee lad, and went to see the fireworks. Well, my Edmund, when he was 10 years younger than you, he would not have had the strength to have done the dance. Because by the time he was 72, he was being medicated for thrombocythemia, and he'd actually lost quite a lot of weight at this point. He could not have done what you did, dancing with somebody at 72, or to see the fireworks, because of his lack of strength following thrombocythemia, which was what he died of, unfortunately. But well done you. Well done you, Wanda. Well done. I'm so impressed. After months in the hospital, you saw New Year's fireworks, danced with the wee lad, did a speech. Impressive. You've really come out. Now, Wanda, you've really come out that dark, long tunnel out of hospital impressively, remarkably well. Impressive. Well done, you. And I hope you had a nice dance. Your health really is your wealth. Shapa did tell me this recently when I was ill. Shapa did tell me this. No, I know. Your father isn't well. Oh, poor you. Poor you. No, oh, it's always lovely seeing Pamela, isn't it? Thank you. No, always lots of hugs to you. Always lots of hugs to you. You saw the late nights and was going to advise you that they would take their toll. Yes, thank you. No, it's important that they're limited. You wake up at 7 a.m., but sometimes you go to bed quite late. Sleep is only true right. The wee lad sat on your walker as you twirled him around, did not know that they were still recording. Everyone needs to let their inner child out. Yes, only true right. Impressive that you took the bull by the horns and went, Wanda. And he's Harrison Ford at 82. He looks impressive. He looks ridiculously good. There's actually, Leah, there's a picture of him just 2 weeks after his 82nd birthday, and looking at him, I would have, if I did not know how old he was, if I thought he was just an ordinary man walking down the street, I would have thought he was about 64, 65, maybe 66. At the oldest, I would have thought he was about 66 instead of 82, and probably only looking about 50, no older than 59, in my opinion. And there's a picture of him when he was 80, and I thought he only looked about 55, 56, or maybe, nothing older than 59, in my opinion. You thought you could catch the end of the show. No, we still got a little bit of time, busy with ranch chores today due to oh gosh, cold. Yes, no, she impressively took the bull by the horns with the New Year's dancing. Oh, no. No, no. Harrison Ford and Wanda Badgerow are two different people. Yes, they're the same age, but they're two different people. No, it was well done to Wanda, Blacksmith. Thank you. Thank you, Gertrude. Yes, you're too right. Oh, how good. Pamela, you're so lovely. I think the only thing you'd expect now is a big, nice, long hug from Harriet. What did you think? Oh. Chapper deep faked me as John Travolta. It was a John Travolta deep fake with my face digitally edited on it. Oh, that was just funny. Oh my goodness. I was certainly surprised. I was certainly surprised, but I actually found it very funny, the deep fake. No, it was really funny to see it out. It was extremely funny. He was 3 months shy of turning 72 when he got diagnosed with thrombocythemia. Leah, you've always loved Harrison Ford. Oh, Harrison Ford is fantastic. He's a fantastic actor, Harrison Ford. No, I can't do a John Travolta dance anymore. No, I don't think it could work. No, if I did it now, it'd probably strain me out. No, I can dance, Leah, but I can't dance like John Travolta, and I certainly cannot dance as long as John Travolta. After about 25, 30 minutes, it just wears me off of my feet. Dancing for about 25, 30 minutes, Leah, it wears me off of my feet after a while, you know. That particular shade of blue is wonderful on me, with my dark hair. Oh, thank you, Pamela. Oh, Pamela, you really are very appealed to my hairstyle, aren't you? And there's another lady similar to you, but there's a different thing she's very appealed to me about. Like you, that you're appealed to my hair. There's a lady, Deborah Shellingworth in Australia. She's very appealed to my face shape. So appealed to my face shape to the point where she's tried figuring out how to make a doll with my face shape. You loved Harrison Ford in Working Girl with Melanie Griffith. No, he's very, very good. All filmed in New York City, as was Everybody Loves Raymond. I'm going to show it to her. I'm going to show it to her. Cats are fed. The cats are fed. Puzzle's going okay, thank you. It's going quite well. No, I really did. No, I can't do a John Travolta dance. I already said no. No, he never made a bad film. No, he never made a bad film, John Travolta. I liked him in Grease. I particularly liked him in Grease and Saturday Night Fever. I've seen Saturday Night Fever, by the way, just to say, so it familiarizes me very much, the movie. You do like my... A lot of people have said to me that I have a good head of hair. You can thank my parents, Pamela, because both of my parents have still got a complete full head of hair. My dad, mum and dad particularly. I think, if anything, my parents have got about as much hair as what I've got, just to say. The wee lad was a handicapped boy of 8. They carried you on the stage. You had plenty of pain medication before you left. Dancing with Harrison Ford would be your dream. Your husband's name was Harrison. Harrison, oh, how lovely. I think Harrison would probably like a dance with you. Thank you. Thank you, Eddie. Thank you. You dance with an 8-year-old. Oh, enchanted. Enchanted. You also love Kevin Costner, Bill Durham. Sean Connery, oh, he's brilliant. Sean Connery is a brilliant actor. Oh, Olivia Newton-John. Oh, she died a few years ago, Olivia Newton-John. No, fantastic. Fantastic actress. Oh, I cannot tell you how wonderful what Wanda did. Taking the bull by the horns and going off to a New Year's show and dancing. You know. I haven't seen Fields of Dreams as of yet. You love the movie What Lies Beneath. I've not seen that one yet, Maureen. I've not seen that one yet. I need to show something quite remarkably impressive. Quite remarkably impressive, actually. And it really astonishes me, even looking at this man. Where is it? Have I got it anywhere? No, no. If I can get it up. Oh, I don't know who. I think Brian Blessed has probably got to be my favourite actor. But at one point, my favourite actor was the accomplished and very, very talented Mickey Rooney. Fantastic actor who he did many movies with Judy Garland, Mickey Rooney. I mean, he's not with us now, but he was very old when he died, you know, but fantastic actor. Fantastic actor. But I think now my favourite actor has got to be Brian Blessed! Good it's alive! Good it's alive! Good it's alive! Good it's alive! No. If I can get one up. I thought I'd show oneself off things, but this here, this was Harrison Ford when he was 82. Can you imagine that? 82. This was 2 weeks after his 82nd birthday. Wow. You was determined to make a positive change in your life, so you dusted off your dancing boots. They have buttons on the side. Your grandfather made them for you when you were 16. Oh, wonderful. How lovely of your grandfather to have done so, Wanda. But can one believe this? 82. 2 weeks after turning 82. Can you? I don't think I could imagine my grandfather Edmund looking that good when he was in his 60s. I mean, look, my grandfather, he did not even look that good when he was 60. I couldn't even imagine him looking like that even at, let alone 70. 82. If I didn't know how old he was, Harrison Ford, I would have thought he was in his 60s, just looking at that picture. 82. Oh, my goodness. I know it is, oh my goodness, to just look an 82-year-old man looking that good. Can you imagine anybody ever having the privilege to look that good at 82? Astonishingly impressive. No, I couldn't agree with you more. No, he is a very, very handsome man. And Leah, there's a picture of him when he was 80, taken with Phoebe Waller-Bridge, and he was 80, and he looked particularly handsome in that picture. I know, yes, Mr. Bean is 70. I know, Bill. Yes, good evening to you. Hello, Jodie. Yes, I know you're at the bar with Harriet. Oh, they were brilliant. Girl Crazy's fantastic. Girl Crazy's fantastic. And there's... I couldn't agree with you more, Susan. I couldn't agree with you more, Harrison Ford. If I can get it up more closely. This was Harrison Ford when he was 80. This was Harrison Ford nearly a couple of months after turning 80 with Phoebe Waller-Bridge. I mean, 80. I mean, and there. I mean, what did Leah say? I need to get up what Leah said. I think he looked particularly handsome in that picture. At 80, I think he looked particularly handsome there, looking no older than his mid to late 50s, in my opinion. I mean, one would probably think differently, but there, I think he looks no older than his mid to late 50s. At 80, and to look that young, remarkably impressive and astonishing. To look that good at 80. I mean, 80. I mean, that was Harrison Ford, Gertrude, when he was 80. I mean, no, I couldn't agree with you more. I don't think he ever had surgery. I don't know. He's always been quite young looking, Harrison Ford, hasn't he? There's a picture of him when he was the age my grandfather died, and I think he only looked about 52, something like that, and he was 73, and he was with his wife, who was in her early 50s at the time and looking about 40 odd or so. And Callista still looks very young at 60 and looks 40 something, in my opinion. He's a young looking, very young looking in his 80s, and he's got a young looking wife who's 60 and young looking too. That works out well. I mean, I couldn't agree with you more, Maureen. He really does look amazing for in his 80s. I don't think I could even imagine even my paternal grandmother looking that good when she was, say, 60. You know, I mean, wow. To look that good at 80, it is eye-popping. It's eye-popping to look that good at 80. I mean, wow. You're sick. Oh, happy 60th for this year, Sea Gypsy. Happy 60th. And very many happy returns on your special birthday. Next year, Sea Gypsy, I'm going to be 25. So I've got a special birthday this time next year. Yes, it's a happy 60th to Sea Gypsy. Had a lot of money to help them look young. Yes, that's a good, only a truth one. I know. No, I know. I know he flies. I do know that he flies. But I think that's enough Harrison Ford topic. The young lady, Phoebe Waller-Bridge. And Phoebe Waller-Bridge, astonish you as it might, Wanda, astonish you as it might, she was 37 in that picture. She does look young for it, I know. Maybe not quite as young as, say, my own mother, because when my mother was 37, it would just shock you as to how young she looked at 37. And it probably even shocks me as much as it shocks many of you. Even you, Wanda, you were surprised at what my mother looked like, who's going to be 47 this year and probably looks, in my opinion, mid to late 20s, in my opinion. I mean, everybody on my mother's side of the family looked as young as that in their early to mid 40s, in their 20s. I mean, they all looked that young on my mother's side of the family, Wanda. But yes, it does depend on your genes. I mean, and my dad, he looks very good for his age too. He's 48 this year and probably looks young and probably looks as young as Trevor. I mean, he looks, I would say, probably as young, if not younger than Trevor. And he's nearly 50 himself, my dad. But yes, it does depend on your genes, Wanda, yes. Yes, and my mother's obviously got it in the genes to look young, as do all her siblings. Despite them having grey beards and grey hair, it doesn't seem to take any age off of them. You know, I mean, yes. No, I don't think so. I don't think I would, Leah, no. No, I don't think I would. I have the stamina he's got, no. I'm certainly not as fit as he is. You know. I couldn't agree with you more, Leah, as do Graham and Fiona as well. I mean, and Fiona. I couldn't imagine even my grandfather looking as good when he was Fiona's age. When my grandfather was Fiona's age, he looked much older. In fact, he looked much older than what Fiona looks like now. And Trevor, no, he really does look good. Trevor, in my opinion, I think he looks about 42. When he shaves off the beard, I mean, when my mother, I mean, if Trevor shaved off the beard, he'd probably take about 2 or 3, look about 39, 40, if he shaved his beard off. But he definitely looks very good. I totally agree with you, Leah. But you should see what my dad looks like. I mean, if my dad took off his beard, he'd probably look no different. With a beard or not, he looks no different age-wise. He really doesn't. And whether he's got grey hair or not, because my father's very grey now, and he's not even 50. He's greyer than Trevor. I mean, he's greyer than Trevor, my dad, and he's younger than he. And it's amazing at what he looks like. And his sister, my Auntie Antonia, who's 2 years younger than he, she looks not as young as my mother, but she certainly looks very young for her age. She's 45 and looks about 32, about 31, 32, something like that, or maybe 30. She doesn't look as young as, say, I mean, she looks about 32, I would say, maybe 33 or so, you know. The both of them are the best looking in the family. Dad and my Auntie Antonia. My dad's younger brother, my Uncle Blaze, he's 41. I haven't seen him since 2021. He was 38 when I last saw him. And at 38, he looked appalling. I mean, he hasn't always looked after his health. That's the thing. You know, I mean, he's very overweight. He's probably no smaller than about 210 pounds, or probably no smaller than 15 stone. He's shorter than I. He's 5'7", so shorter than I, because I'm 5'8", as you know, and I'm considerably lighter than he. And last time I saw him, I thought he looked about 50, 51, something like that. If I hadn't known how old he was, I would have thought he was in his mid to late 50s, and he was, what, 38? I mean, imagine that. Imagine looking that old. And he was I remember even in his mid-30s, he was looking closer to 50. I mean, astonishingly. He looked probably older than what Graham looked like. Despite not having a lot of grey hair, he looked older than Graham and Trevor and Fiona easily. You know, I mean, and certainly, I mean, even older than everybody on my mother's side of the family. People can get Leah, this is only as truth has things. That would, oh my goodness, you got ID'd when you were 37, my goodness. There was a few younger girls with false ID made, but yours was government use. Ticked you off for sure, but a blessing carded at 37. Yes, yes. Prayers to Graham. Prayers to our Graham. Actually, can I tell you something, Wanda? My Auntie Elaine, she's 52, but she's going to be 53 in October. Who turns 53 in October, my auntie. She got ID'd whilst purchasing alcohol when she was 42. She got asked proof of her age when she was 42, my auntie. This happened to my auntie when she was nearly that age, or that sort of age, Jodie. This actually happened to one of my aunties on my mother's side, not surprisingly. I think mother could easily asked for ID at 40 or so. No, I mean, because everybody on my mother's side looks astonishingly young. But you're getting asked for ID at 37. My mother was asked for ID. My auntie was asked for ID at 42. I don't even get asked for proof of my age. I haven't been asked for proof of my age since I was about 18 or 19. And yet my auntie got asked proof of her age when she was 42. On Jodie at 43. Bloody hell. You typically don't care for beards, you like it on Trevor. No, I pray for Graham too, Pamela. I think Trevor looks good with a beard, but he certainly looks younger without one, doesn't he? I think the beard's become his insignia in one way or another. We're going to be finishing in under 10 minutes, Pamela, just to say, so you'll be here for the end. Do be assured. It was in a okay, it was in a comedy club. Oh, okay. In Arizona. Okay. No, Graham's he's a very, very nice man. A very, very nice, genuine man. A genuinely nice man and a genuinely nice lady is Fiona. And they really care. No, I know you're 60, Pamela. You said to me before. You must be of age to buy spray paint. When you bought some recently, you pretended to be offended they didn't ask for ID. Oh my goodness. Well, so you obviously must not look 60 if you were asked for ID. When my grandfather, Edmund, when he was 60, he could have passed for being in his probably middle 60s or so, something like that. No, he looked either his age, he looked either 60 or probably older than 60 when he was your age, Pamela. I always shave off my beard. I always shave off my beard every morning, you know. Fiona is fierce in the best way. Glenys, hello. Hi, Glenys. Hello. Just saying hi. No prayers for Graham. I know. I know. Poor Graham and Fiona. Oh, thank you. Oh, that's very nice. Thank you there. Most people think I look older. And when people see me in person, can I tell you something? Astonish you as it might, Leah, when people ask how old I am, I tell them, and many are just shocked. They're just shocked or surprised in awe when I tell them my age, because a lot of people don't believe my age when I tell them. Many people think I'm over 30, or some people think I'm even in my 40s or 50s. And some people on Trevor's live stream, it was Ham Shackleton, he thought I was in my mid to late 50s, despite only being 22 at the time when I did the live stream. You know, he thought I was in my late 50s, mid to late 50s, and I was only 22 at the time. And some people think I'm in my 30s or 40s. And there was something Susan said, yes, you said to me before that my mother looks like Sade. No, I think there is a very similar resemblance. They're both petite statured, and of course, they're mixed race. No, my mother, I can't get over how young my mother looks. At nearly 50 and looking in her 20s. Some people wonder if I'm ever with my mother at times, if I was say with my mother or Rex was with my mother, you know, when I was if anyone would say, if I was with my mother, for example, Susan, because my mother hardly looks any different for about the last 20, 30 years. Just looks like my mother's been in a freezer facially wise for about 20, 30 years. If people were to see me now with my mother, they'd think, what? That's not your mother. Your mother looks too young to have what? A son of almost 25. I was like, and I'd tell her how old she was when she had me. She's like, oh, this can't be true. Like, oh, my goodness. Many people don't believe, if they were say I was with my dad, for example, they wouldn't believe that's my dad either. I mean, my dad, who looks older than my mother, but obviously, but not in his 40s. Both my parents, I mean, if anything, I'm actually surprised at how young they still look. You always feel like I'm an... Oh, thank you. Heather said something similar about me, Sea Gypsy. I'm younger than your youngest child. Yes, no, I mean, you've been married about 40 years, haven't you, Pamela? And it wouldn't surprise me that they're older than me, your children. Oh, thank you, Leah. Thank you for saying I could pass for being 19. Thank you. Thank you. You could not even get a group of preteen boys. You could not even get a group of preteen boys in to see a new current film. You was 30, so ended up taking them bowling. Not as exciting for them. I couldn't agree with you more, Bonda. I couldn't agree with you more. No, my mother's very pretty. No, my mother's very pretty. I couldn't agree with you more. And actually, my friend Michelle Pope, she said that my mother was gorgeous, and she could not get over how young she looked. And actually, one of my friends, I showed a picture of my mother on a Discord group that I'm on, Pamela. This is outside of mine and Sapper's Discord group. You know, before it's outside of mine and Sapper's Discord group. Some said that my mother looked young enough to be my sister. Some actually said that to me. They said, you two could be sisters. My mother has good genes. I couldn't agree with you more about Mother, Wanda. No, all of my mother's siblings. My uncle, last time I saw him, he was, what, 56? He's 58 this year, my uncle. And last time I saw him, I thought he looked about 38. Whether he had a beard or not, he probably looked younger than 40, and he was not far off 60. And I saw my uncle Derek, he was a month shy of turning 55, and he probably looked about 30, about similar sort of age, 37, 38. Despite having grey hair, it did not take any age off of him. And I have an uncle who's going to be 55. He'll be 55 just before my 25th next year, and he looks probably in his, like, again, late 30s. I mean, it's you know, and I've got an auntie who's going to be 55 this year and looks about 35, 36, and she's a grandmother, my auntie Rebecca. And when she tells people she's got a grandson, they're like, what, you're too young. Many people think she's in her late 30s or maybe no older than 40. And she's going to be 55 this year. And Susan thought my mother was no older than 30, and yet she's not far off 50. I know, very impressive. Oh, thank you. Thank you, yes. Thank you, Pamela, thank you. As did I, Pamela, as did I. We were all in bowling leagues. Oh, impressively done. But I like bowling still, even into my 20s. I think that's probably the only thing I could do to keep fit. Well, the only things I could do to keep fit now are probably bowling, riding a bicycle, and plenty of walks, and that's about it. I can no longer run very far, and I can't do a lot of running, and that's it, unfortunately. Lovely to stay young looking naturally. And at your age, Carla, you, at the very, very oldest, I'd say you only look about 39, 38, 39. And at the youngest, I'd say you look about 36, 37, something like that. I mean, you look impressively young to have a daughter who's, what, 17, and a daughter who's, what, nearly 30, and a son who's nearly 25. I mean, really, you do, Carla. We've been on over 1 hour, 30 minutes, but we're really going to finish things off because we've gone over time. Oh, yes, Jody, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry about this. Yes, Jody, you are only far too right on this. I was being far too stupid, wasn't I? I'm sorry, everybody, but it's game over now because we were really only going to do 1 hour 30, but I was not minding the time because we were talking too much. But just one more quick thing, and then that is it. Okay, right. Okay, now. But this is not actor, it's not Harrison Ford. It's something that would interest all of you, quite presumably. You've shown your son pictures of you at the Woodstock Festival. He just cannot believe it's you. Wow. Right, okay. If I can get it up very, very quickly, but then I'm really going to end it, or otherwise I get in trouble. This is my first 2025 portrait. That's my first 2025 calendar year portrait. In the pub, enjoying a pint of birra Moretti. New Year's Day, 2025. And if anybody wants to know, if you don't know what to do with yourselves on New Year's Day, come this time next year or in the future years to come, I'd recommend one has a little New Year's pint. If you drink alcohol, obviously I wouldn't recommend it to the teetotalers or those who have a lack of tolerance to alcohol. But for those of you who don't mind a drink every now and then, I mean, what I recommend on New Year's Day, if your nearest pub or bar, however one would call it, is open, why not go in there for a little drink? It's the best way to celebrate. It's the best way to celebrate the beginning of the New Year proceedings. It's the best way to celebrate it, you know, if above and beyond anything. Only in my opinion, that is, you know. But it's time to finish things off. Thanks all for watching, everybody, and goodbye. And may your good wishes be bringing you great expectations of happiness. First 2025 live stream, and this is the year we make things happen. Here's to the next 2025 live.